With Emory Cross Country Coach John Curtin. Coach, you've had a few days to reflect upon a pretty good showing at the GRIAC Invitational by both teams.
Yeah, it was a very good trip for us. We've kind of been pointing for that through the first third of our season. That's kind of the focal point of our early season, and both teams really showed up well.
You know, on the women's side, you had a very strong performance by Melanie Frank, and then you were able to Tess Gallios that was able to come back and run for the first time. And just a really strong overall performance, second place finish out of 30 teams.
Yeah, our kids really showed up well. The women ran really fearlessly. I was really caught aback by it. They just took off. Steph Crane, our freshman, who ended up our fifth girl, just really got carried away early. She was leading the race through probably the first mile. Went out really hard. But for the most part, our kids held up, and I'd much rather see them maybe go out a little too hard and lose it a little bit toward the end than, you know, be more timid and not get into a race. And I think in a big field like GRIAC, where you have 400 athletes and a lot of good nationally ranked teams, it's important to get out early, and the kids really heeded that and got out, established themselves. Eau Claire overhauled us a little bit over the last 1K, and they're a very good team. And our kids kind of realize that, you know, we've got a little more work to do before we can consider ourselves up there with the elite.
You know, talk about the women's. Now the women's side has been ranked up to 16th nationally now. And kind of gradually kind of gone up those rankings throughout the season, and certainly, you know, the kids have to be happy about that right now.
I think they're pleased. We try not to talk too much about the rankings because we always say the only ranking that matters is the one after they total up the score at the national championships, and getting to nationals is our number one priority. But it is fun, and it was good to see the kids get bumped up a little bit, and it helps motivate you through a long season.
Now you have a weekend off from competition, and then Saturday the 8th of October you go up to the JSU Foothills Invitational, both sides.
Yeah, JSU, our kids really look forward to that meet for some reason. I think because it's a real fast course, and I think they like to go there and see if they can get a personal best. If it's dry, excuse me, if the conditions are dry, that course runs really, really well. But it is in a floodplain, so if there's been any poor weather that week, it slows down a little bit. But we'll probably run our top kids at tempo pace in a group. But it's a chance for our younger kids to get out and see if they can, you know, maybe top their best 5K from high school or whatever.
All right, Coach. Well, thanks very much for your time, and we'll be catching up with you down the road.
Great.